What's up, y'all? We are here. In the background, you are hearing the instrumental to our first single that is going to be on the 42 Laws collaborative album.
Pure fireness.
So we were sitting here, we're in the process of getting it written. We just actually literally finished writing the last line, and we're thinking to ourselves, wait a minute, this is something that the people want to see, need to hear. I know it's been a while since we updated you about the tour, but also just giving you an awakening episode about writing your truth and being in the creative process through all the different hurdles.
Yes, because it is definitely a process. Because, you know, when you're thinking about your truth and how you can translate that for other people to also identify and hear it and feel what you mean, it's real dope.
Yeah, it's super fresh. I mean, and that's one of the things I think, you know, in the process as well, is honoring kind of what you're trying to do. Like, we got this tour kicked off. Have people really responded? Some have. Some are still sleeping. And we could have, you know, we had to really go through a spiritual process of not being fazed by the people that are still sleeping. And I think that, you know, as we talk about the creative process, that's a very real issue that many artists have, of that, you know, fight between knowing what you need to do and kind of fighting with that need for that external validation of people not really quite understanding what you're doing yet.
Right, because even though people are asleep, we have to, I feel like for me, it's a spirit of compassion that I put out as well, because, you know, I remember when I chose to sleep through my stuff, and I chose to, you know, deflect and, you know what I mean, focus on someone else or something else while, you know, certain things were going on with me. So I can definitely feel compassionate and empathy for that. So, you know, it's I mean, it is what it is. You know, we're doing the work, we're committed to the work, we're dedicated to the work, and I feel as long as we continue to put those good vibrations and energy out there, the universe is going to give us what we need. It may not be what we expect.
What we expect, or how we expect.
How we expect
it.
You know, I'm just really sitting now in expectation of what the universe, or the perfect plan that the universe has for the Awakening Tour.
Right. It's really this balance between, you know, making your determination and then also allowing enough room for the universe to give you a response to that determination that might be even better than you ever expected. But I think that, you know, for us right now, this process has been a crazy week. We got a super moon coming up, happening, relationship struggles, self-struggles, work struggles, how I'm gonna pay my bills tomorrow, who had the nerve to put me in the studio when I should be getting a job and living right, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of those old internal tapes. And I think that, you know, for us, the message to any artist out there, any person out there trying to do something new, is just follow your heart, and everything else will kind of, you know, fall in line with that. And, you know, we could have very easily tried to be in with reality, you know, but today we decided to just be creative, and sometimes you have to take action to shut up your demons. Sitting there and fighting with them isn't going to do anything. So today, the action that we took was getting in the studio and getting this single done, and really recognizing that for anybody to even understand what we're trying to do, first we have to understand and be true to what we're trying to do. So, you know, it's fitting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I can really appreciate my yoga practice for, because even on my way up here, like, girl, I mean, I was going through it. Last night, like, throat chakra all blocked up, like, you know what I mean? And I went into, like, panic mode because, like, when I was younger, I was, like, suffering from chronic strep throat and throat problems. And now, knowing what I know metaphysically, it's because of not having the space to speak my truth. You know what I mean? And or feeling like if I spoke my truth, I would get persecuted for it, and which I have been. I have been for like a long time, and you know, that's just what it is. And but I have to move past that. You know what I mean? I had to do all the necessary things to kind of unblock that channel. And I was so excited driving up here because I had a radio interview earlier, and I thought I was gonna be late for it because I thought their radio program ended at 4, but thank God it was 4:30.
I know.
And
I know.
And I was just like speeding up here. Mind you, I'm like, oh gosh, please forgive me. Like, I got my baby in the back, and I'm doing 80 right now. But you know, I was like, okay, well, if we missed the radio interview, at least I would have put forth the commitment to go up and meet with my sister and write and create. So that's better than anything.
I mean, and it was one of those things where either way we were going to create value. You know, while she's going through that, my car had crazy issues. I was driving illegal for a little bit of time. But you know, my mechanics called me up out of the blue, fixed my car hella cheap, got it inspected. I was amped. So I'm picking up the car, trying to get back in time to meet her at the studio so I can watch the baby while she goes in for her interview. Then we're like, all right, we're gonna do the interview, and then after we're just gonna go in the studio, you know, the other studio that I have. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna record the track while I get in the studio. Equipment not there or not set up. Have no idea what happened. Super boo hiss. So in my practice of nonviolence, I went rip shit and started texting people at the studio like, what is going on? Then we just stopped, we took a breath, we said, you know what, this track isn't even, you know, written yet, let's just finish writing. You know, unfortunately, to my blessing, I came back, I, you know, reset up my home studio, which had been down for a little bit, and we just been sitting in here, you know, writing and getting it done, and I was, you know,
evening prayer.
We had evening prayer, you know, we did some chanting, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we were setting the vibes right with the, you know, ourselves and the baby and the music, which is my spiritual practice, you know, that I often combine with my sisters. So between that and yoga, we do some crazy things. So we just got ourselves right. And I guess what we're trying to say to you through all this is that when you have something important to do, devilish functions are gonna come up. You know, I've had so many insecurities this week, I can't even begin to tell you. But, you know, we've really leaned on each other. We've really, you know, called out to each other. We've called out to our higher selves. And we just took a step forward even when it seemed impossible. Instead of getting stuck by analysis paralysis, you know, which is, you know, the mode that we have a tendency to go in, we just started moving, you know. And so now you have it, you know, this is the human revolution. And it's crazy because we're sitting here, we're like, a lot of times as artists, we disconnect our art, you know what I'm saying, from the from the practice of what we're going through. And even though we sing about it or we spit about it, we don't necessarily realize what we're doing. But today we're sitting here, we're writing the track to our title single, Human Revolution. And today was nothing but human revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your art. Speak your truth in it. The Awakening Tour, 2012.
Stay tuned for the workshop on writing your creative truth.
Writing your creative truth.
That's coming soon.
That's coming soon, along with we're doing the kickoff of She Speaks Truth. We're bringing it back. I'm gonna get to co-host, so I'm really excited. But for now, remember, you are on your path, right? Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. And now we're gonna get back into this. Hey.